So I, as a Christian, do believe that religion is an important thing for a person to find in their life, but I wouldn't say that it's the most important thing. At this point, I would probably say that character is actually more important than religion for a few reasons. One, because I personally believe that someone can be righteous, be holy in the eyes of God, and go to heaven as a non-Christian, or even as an atheist or an agnostic. I've probably talked about this with you guys before, but yeah, as a basic equation, the thing that I think is going to be the most important is the thing that's going to make you most holy. And if I believe that you can be holy without being religious, then I obviously think that there's something more important than being religious. Two, I think I would rather live in a society of people with good character than a society where people are religious. Sure, religion usually comes with good character because a big part of religion is defining what good character is and how people should act. But some of the biggest atrocities have been done in the name of God, or at least a God. You can get away with a lot of bad things by thinking that God is the one telling you to do them. And sure, character can be misinterpreted too, but I think that it's harder to misinterpret character to the level of the way that you can misinterpret religion. Many people think of religion as a lot of different things. Someone might not focus as much on the behavior aspects of the Bible, or at least on the behavior aspects that we usually talk about. And I want to hone in on the thing that I think is the most important part of character, and that to me is empathy and compassion. I think of all the things that guide me, that's really the core of my core. A lot of things that I believe can be traced back to that one element in my belief system. I wouldn't say that I'm like full egalitarian, but I'm pretty far in that corner. So in that aspect, I think I do agree with you. Character is the thing that I think is most important for a person to learn, but I would narrow it down to something that maybe you don't agree with. And you might agree with that, actually, I'm not sure. If you have enough empathy, I think that most, if not all, of the other traits of good character will come with it. You'll be honest, loyal, and humble because you want to be for other people. You won't just do it out of obligation. When I look at history and I look at the things that people have the most problems with and that people look back on now with the most shame, a lot of those problems could have been fixed if people just had more empathy for one another. And I think we've always been gradually moving in a direction that doesn't other people. The internet is connecting the entire world, and even though it may feel like the internet is dividing us, I think that those divisions were probably just already there, but now it's just much easier to see. And I think that a lot of the big divisions will slowly fix themselves also because of the internet. I do think that compassion is at the core of actually all of humanity because otherwise I don't think we would have ever made it this far. If we averaged out all of humanity into one person and that person wasn't compassionate, I'm not sure how we could have possibly made it past the Stone Ages. We all recognize that humanity does best when it works together. That's when all the big innovations happen. Fighting with each other hurts everyone in the long run. And yeah, if everyone was able to see that from an objective perspective, then we would be living on so many more different planets at this point. Sure, that's just a kind of utopian fantasy world, but we're slowly moving in that direction. And if we're able to stop global warming, I don't really see any reason why we wouldn't be able to get to that point.